Cheers.
Yo, the work is gone already. The work is gone already. It's Frankfurt this time, though.
Smoke. Yeah. All cleared up. I'm saying. A little eucalyptus and menthol, you know what I mean? Joint, we back. Move through the courtyard, looking at the stars. The stars got eyes, cause you looking at me, elevating in the streets. Bang. For the folks that can see us going down in the block. Down in the block where the candy lady rockin', the bones get slammed. The table with fam, let it melt in your mouth and not in your hand. Chocolate, rockin' that. Rockin' that, you know I wanna go. Keep it elevating with the crew. South side of the city, extra really getting busy. Macho man daddy with the flex gang. Thumbs up cause my text flames. You ain't tryna heal a homie that way. They really get to killing, baby, that's lame. Insane to the membrane. No savages, man, we all came. Raw flea, we gon' eat. Watch the blessings of the heavens come spoil me. Ask poorly, I'm on the couch. Get up every morning, man, and make that bounce. You dead. Them baby girls, I'm a picky ring. Blue bristles cuts with the diamond clusters. I relish this. Who need muscles? Make busts. Yo, chillin' with the vision and the pivot. I send it on the rhythm, man, you never kept me slipping. I'ma get them in a minute that the brother keep playing. Check it, go, slow this, roll. Say brothers and sisters. You can see they clicking, man, but reference to the bullets. Cause Libra on the microphone, my team up catching bullets. That smile, boogie, bright crown on the side, gold tooth like Lolo. My mama don't favor that mess, but the way I did it was so dope. Yo, we still here? Hey, look at him. Look at him. Look at him.
Our prayers and blessings to Mother Earth, to Father Sky, to all sentient beings in between. We are one, we are one, we are one. Peace, love, and light in every heart. All coming together on this holy, holy day.
New frequency downloading, recalibration of form as the neural pathways are recoding, networks of energy, currents pulsating and vibrating through my bones, awareness arising, constructs dividing, frequency of love integrated and aligning, the sacred space created as a release obfuscated and eliminated at the no longer aligned or reflected the frequency of the divine, vessels of light, ignite the magenta flame, reconnecting, resurrecting as it burns within my heart again, memories awakening, timelines disintegrating, instantaneous releasing, the shimmering within, crystalline frequency anchoring beneath the skin. Rushes of the static light energy flowing through this avatar soul elasticity, sensual, elemental, divine feminine vibes arise in this vortex of transcendental
bit of Sunday afternoon soul speak. Synchronistic vibrations are increasing. Lower level vibrations decreasing. We have the eyes to see. Numbers, tones, sensations, coincidences that are not luck or the mask of aberration. The universe speaks, is divinity. The soul's call to arms come down, the door to liberation, freedom, manifestation, initiation, tuition, to a new world of old, kindred, the gnosis of soul. Not a language of human to speak, not a description be told fully. No matter the intensity we seek, it comes in many ways. We've been blinded, but now the veil is lifted. Blind by faith no more. Uncover the vanity of the superficial landscape of our lives, the little worries and hurries of a world that is no more, no longer to ignore. That is what we are here for. It's a choice, not a chore. This is what we're here for. A coronation, the bold exploration of the limitless lineage we share. It's a kindred, the gnosis of soul. To discover, uncover, recover the eternal, to stand in the space from the difficult and mortal we come, a path chosen by each soul. We need not chase our future anymore. We need not trace our past anymore. All has merged, oneness. Activations, channeling vortex, wisdom, love, truth, and peace. Now we crease the cool waters in unison, but alone we make that call. We rise and fall together. We are the alchemists, controlling all things, the wars, the woes, the weather, the brilliant light, the holy darkness. It's time, the alignment, the calling. We are not turning away from the darkness of a world, but turning to the light of the world. This is where the Tao meets the Christian, the atheist meets the Muslim, the Buddhist and the agnostic, all merging, all emerging, all re-emerging. The road to Shambhala, Kamalat, Nirvana, it's a soul highway. Choose the world been known, or choose the world of all worlds that we have always known. Seek, and ye shall find from the heart and mind of spirit that I will call soul. Wishing you all peace, power, protection, and big ass love from Soulogy One.
It's like it puts a plug in and we just wait and see what's going to happen. Sometimes it's meditation, sometimes it's other things. It doesn't even matter. But during that, every day for the last month, I was going through almost like a life review and clearing and letting go of the most ridiculous things that I didn't even know about. I hadn't even remembered. So the whole month was clearing for me. About 2 weeks ago, my higher self voice changed and became masculine. And then I saw this masculine energy merging with me. And I said to Todd, I really feel that what we're on the verge of doing is the divine union, is the sacred marriage, the rising of the king of self, the rising of the divine masculine. Now, from what I understand, predominantly, anytime this stuff is going on, the women are doing it first. And I'm sorry, I don't mean for that to sound bad or anything, but she does it first. She embodies it, and then she holds a space for him to do it. So I felt this mass, my higher self for 20 years has been talking to me in a female voice, and then last week started talking to me in a man's voice, and I felt like I was cheating on Todd because I was having these exquisite mergings with this masculine energy, who I now understand only in the last couple of days was actually my own sacred divine masculine energy, the king rising. I've just been through hell in the last 2 days. 3 days ago I woke up, I was like almost depressed. I was judging everything in my life. I was pissed off that things that I wanted for myself weren't working. I was pissed off that I didn't have any winter clothes. I was pissed off that I never ever want to experience an American winter, and here I am in the thick of it. Like, everything was really upsetting me. I basically spent the whole day in bed. Yesterday I woke up, yesterday was the day before, I think it was the day before. It was opposite. I was angry. It was externalized. If Todd and I are uncomfortable, we tend not to talk, which probably sounds weird, but it's magical. It's absolutely magical. So we didn't speak all day, and I think it was about 6 or 7 that night I said, I'm ready to talk. And I whinged and complained. I don't like the cold. I don't like being insecure. And, all my life I just wanted security. I've never been so poor in my life. I don't know if I can do this anymore. I'm going to give it another few weeks. Otherwise, I have to go back to Australia. At least I can work in Australia. I didn't realise at the time that I actually needed to say this stuff out loud. And I get now that I was projecting on him what I was angry at my own masculine for not doing for myself. I woke up yesterday morning, it was like everything was gone. Everything that I thought was an issue or a problem or what, it was just gone. I felt I had let go of all my dreams, wants and desires. It was explained to me that any dreams, wants, desires, things that we thought that we've wanted, we've been trying to create over the last few years, still had fear attached. All that was let go, and then like from yesterday, it almost felt like the slate was wiped clean. I don't understand it all yet because it's still new, and it takes my brain, well actually the majority of us, when we do an energetic shift, 2 to 5 days for the brain to get.
One thing, and then you have a completely other experience as you. Being dyslexic, you're a genius, but you have to figure out how to use that in a different way because the way the world works doesn't work for you.
Right.
So for me, I was very fortunate because I was able to have a teacher that taught the Herman method, or I think it was called the Herman method, and they helped me to learn how to process things in this world. And it was completely different. I mean, I had to be blindfolded, had to feel things, had to go through all of this stuff before I even learned to look at letters and to feel them or to talk about them. And that was very helpful for me. But those things allowed me to have more of a multidimensional connection than most people. And once I started to harness them, like ADHD and ADD are like your greatest gifts when you actually can calm down this world enough, because then you're multidimensional. You can actually work on so many different levels and receive information on so many different levels. And then dyslexia allows you to translate it much easier. So people who are dyslexic are naturally gifted at translating information from higher dimensions. And it's easy if you allow yourself to realize that these things aren't curses. We all choose why we give ourselves what we have.
Yeah.
People who have split personality disorder or multiple personality disorder, those people are many sub personalities that are stuck to them, and they're learning to process through them. But as they do, they gain more wisdom faster.
Yeah.
So there's
kind
also
of like what's happening to everybody right now.
Yeah, exactly.
All that information's coming in faster and faster. You used that metric. You were talking about it yesterday.
Data points.
Yeah, data points. You said we were going to be getting to a level of like 45.
Well, we're at 45, but we're going to be stabilizing around 50 and then like slowly going up from there. But that's around August. So from now till August, it's a very slow incline. So we will be getting more information every hour, but by very low amounts. And it's going to be kind of like that frog in the boiling pot concept. If you put a frog in a boiling pot, it'll jump out. But if you turn up the thing slowly, it'll stay in and it'll be fine until it dies. But we aren't going to die. Our bodies are updating. They're learning from this transition that we're in.
But from the first time you started talking about this, that number, data points, has gone way up.
Yes, it was in the 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's and I can feel that when you talk about it, in the past shows, I can feel it. It's not words, but this stuff's coming in and getting and going through at a quicker and quicker and quicker pace, and I think it does accentuate those psychoses and even and other things that they call mental disorders, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
It drives it. It's that type of frenetic energy, running through you. I feel that a lot. I feel a lot of electricity running through me.
All sicknesses, whether it be mental or physical,
keep going,
is information that needs to be processed properly. So if we mistranslate information, we store it in a certain place, and that place that we store it doesn't actually support us in the way that it needs to support us. So when we get more information, all the mistranslations then start to go, oh, wait, no, that's not the right information. Well, if that's not the right information, then I can move it over here. Oh, wait, this is the right information. And all of a sudden everything aligns and it starts to work again. So the key for us is really just understanding, hey, I have misunderstandings in me. I have misunderstandings around me. And my process is really to figure out where that incongruency is. And if you think of it from that perspective, all data points is more information that shows you where those places aren't proper.
Glade.
But
close by the river, you can probably hear the river in the background. Overcast afternoon, winter. But the seasons don't make any difference at all to the unseen forest dwellers. And I have a little routine which I always go through when I come into the forest. Every time I come into this area here, I give thanks to the guardians of this land. I give thanks to the ancestors whose spirits are here. I also give thanks and acknowledge the little people, the unseen people, the Patapaiarehi, the fairy folks, the elves, whatever you like to call them, the beings which are here. I also thank every living thing in the forest for allowing me to come to this special place. The birds and the insects, the animals, every tree that is present here, I give thanks to especially. And then I like to say thank you to all the waters that flow around this land, under this land, and flow within every plant and every tree and every living thing that is here. Every stone, every branch has residues of water in it. And this resonates with us as humans, with the water we have within. So when I do this little routine, as I like to call it when I come here, it's not a ritual. I do it, I ad-lib it, it changes sometimes. But it's acknowledging the unseen presence. And the unseen presence is unseen to me physically, but I hear and I know. And other people that I bring to this area here, they see and they hear and they share with me. We've had all sorts of explanations, we've had all sorts of descriptions given for what is here. And it's so exciting, and I know that when I come and talk, that there is an acknowledgement. And I know that so often, as a lot of you would understand, that when we go to special places and we take photographs around about, and then we put them up on our computer when we get home, and we look at the foliage, and we look at the leaves, and we look at the ground and think, oh my gosh, look at that little face peering out from behind those leaves at me. I never saw it with the physical eye, but there was something there. So this is a place which is part of a fairy trail which comes from up the hill there. It goes right through on the fringes of this area here I've designated or called the Fairy Glade, across the main track there, down and across the river and up the other side. So this is just one of many, many fairy trails that are to be found throughout Aotearoa, New Zealand. And not only in places of forest like this, they're all over the land, they're all over the country. So, if we take the time to sit quietly within nature, or even in our own gardens, down the bottom of the garden, and we just allow ourselves to sink into the ambience of what's around us, we just allow ourselves to imagine, to visualize, and then we will allow ourselves perhaps to hear, and then to ultimately see. In this special place, there is a way that I can often tell when the presence is nearby, and I'll show you how I do this. I have here a couple of very simple dowsing rods. Some of you may be conversant with dowsing. And so I'm just going to see now if there is a presence here, close by, that's observing what we're doing today. Ooh. That's a positive. Is there anything in very close proximity? Wow. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? A very simple confirmation, and it's very heartening because, as I say, I sometimes hear, but at this stage I cannot see. So for all the times I step in here and talk to the unseen, they do acknowledge my presence, which is wonderful. It's really wonderful. So all these things are in the eye of the beholder. And some people may think this is so strange, talking about little fairies and big fairies. And they come in all sizes. I have a book, which I brought back from England a few years ago, and it describes 123 different types of little forest dwellers and the dwellers within nature. And this, of course, includes elemental beings. And elemental beings, I feel, are reflecting themselves and their presence through the music of the plants that I am recording. And I feel that the elemental beings for every plant are helping to express themselves and their being through the music of the plants. So that is a small introduction to the Fairy Glade and the Fairy Forest. Magical place for me and for many other people. And I'd like to think that sometime soon you'll come and visit this glade with me so we can sit here quietly and just contemplate and listen. So thank you very much, everybody.
Look at how far we've come. Look at our lives. Look what we've learned. Look how we've alchemized. From our highest points of light to our deepest, darkest nights. And now, things are beginning to flow, but not in the way we thought they would. No, it's like a dream. Like our greatest fairy tale made possible, Lord. The darkest dreams, the nightmares, the beautiful revelations and epiphanies. And we're stepping into this by stepping into ourselves. Yeah, we're bringing down the light because we came into the density. We came into the darkness. All things are coming into balance. Let go or be dragged. It's happening. It's bigger than you and me. But we are all that we see.
Greetings everyone, this is Shakara and I wanted to share a message on this beautiful day. It's so important to get out in nature and connect with the elements. The sun, especially the sun. The sun is giving us a lot of information and empowerment and enlightenment. So this is the time to connect with the sun and the rocks, this beautiful being. The rocks carry lots of information that will help us through this ascension time. Give us strength for our mind and bodies and spirit. So go out and hug a tree, talk to a tree, talk to the rocks. Talk to the sky, talk to the elements, talk to the water. All these elements carry information. They are guides for us. You can tap into them at any time. They know what to do. Nature knows what to do. It will resync you to your inner nature. So stay in your center, come back in your center, take time for yourself. It's really, really important at this moment to feel good about yourself and the world and know that everything's going to be okay. This is a transition during this ascension time that is crucial, that many of us knew was going to happen and is happening.
10 years ago, I received a download and I was given the name Soulogy. 3 years ago, Soulogy came to Morgan and I as its own birth consciousness in the form of a golden tree, bearing golden fruit, and told us that Soulogy was just another name for what we all have in common, the I Am Soul. The invisible thread binding us all to the universal energies that have arrived on this beautiful earth and that are expanding every day. Soulogy said that many, many aunts and uncles would come to align with divine love and feed its tree, and as it would feed us with the fruit that was born from it. And now that time has come in the wonderful sacred land of Sedona, Arizona, in the first collective gathering of its kind for Soulogy. The first Soulogy Fest exemplifies the old but new free energy of the soul anchoring to the earth, creating the new grid in the moment, capturing spontaneity, creativity, intuition, and imagination diversely with an all-inclusive live festival in sacred Sedona and online for our many, many brothers and sisters, collaborators, and community from all parts of the world. Come and join us. Every attendee, live and online, will receive an MP4 video file of the first ever Soulogy Fest. 34 hours of a wide range of presentation, conversations, performances, including some 16 hours of open stage time where attendees in Sedona can join us on the stage to share their stories, gifts, and abilities in soul in an open atmosphere where everyone can express as they feel inclined to. We'll be joined by Franco Di Nicola and Kimberly Ross from Advancing Consciousness series. Franco will be presenting 3 times over 3 days and sharing his good work with us. And also Jason Estes from MTVO and CRM and many other New Earth initiatives. Jason will be sharing new technology with us, as well as demonstrating to us what his worldwide seeding is all about. Also Eric Rankin of Sonic Geometry. Eric's been on Gaia TV and Ancient Aliens, and he's very well respected on the conference circuit. He'll be joined by his partner Jen Reynolds and her effervescent I Am Soul energy. We also have the beautiful Gabriella Young and Michael Mejia, both incredible poets and souls. Michael will be joined by Israel, his collaborator. Gabriella and Michael will be performing individually and together. We'll also be joined by the beautiful Shekinah Rose. She'll be escorted by her beloved partner Tim Smith. She'll be sharing some harmonic light language and latest intel, as will William McKelzadek and Kalina Malnar. They'll be sharing their light language and their latest intel. We've also got Stephen Popiotek, a MyLab survivor, a cutting-edge metaphysical teacher, researcher, and channel. And then there's Shakara Tosh, Star Family Light Language, and Multi-Expressions as she joins the stage with Vibrational Empowerment Network, our collaborators, Jade Lyons and Ty Hudnall. They're going to be providing the musical accompaniment for the 16 hours of open stage time, where people from the audience can come up and share their poetry. They can share their conscious rap. They can come up and have a conversation, Soul Speaks 5D style. They can come tell their stories and their testimony. Whatever they feel like doing. It's all about being who we are, and what we're a part of. After all, that's what Soulogy is all about. And the place we're going to be having this, just north of Sedona, is a place that's been created with intention, in cooperation and collaboration with the land, the sacred land of Sedona. It's a beautiful place with a teepee, a sweat lodge, and plenty of room to break out into individual groups. Come join us. Find out more information at SoulogyFest.com. We look forward to seeing you there or online. And a quick thanks to the invaluable Christy Grace. We could not do this without her. She'll be joining us as well. Her company, Leading Edge Productions, has been a co-collaborator with us at Soulogy and with our brothers at Vibrational Empowerment Network. We hope to see you there, and remember one thing: I am soul, and you are soul, and soul is